Hey there guys, EctoMaster here. We are back with more Legion beta action, and we're continuing with the look at the class talents that are available, and we're continuing it with another hero class because alphabetical order. Death Knight, Demon Hunter. Go figure. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the talents that are available for both the Havoc and Vengeance as well as anything else. So there we have it. So let's begin. So Demon Hunter is just like the Death Knight. It is a hero class with they start at a higher level, and they have their own starting area. This being level 98 in Enmar Doom, just before, during the fall of the Black Temple. So let's take a look. Starting at level 99, that's when you start getting your talents, and then it's 99, 100, and then every 2 levels because they start at level 98. All the way up to 110, which is the new level cap, of course. So let's take a look at level 99. We have 4 Havoc. My brain's a little scattered right now. Anyway, so Havoc, primary stat is agility, a brooding master of warglaives, and the destructive power of fell magic. You get Demon's Bite, Eye Beam, Fell Rush, Chaos Strike, Blade Dance, and Metamorphosis. Talents, level 99. Now let's get into it. Fell Mastery. It's a passive, increases the critical strike chance of Fell Rush by 100%, and grants 25 Fury when Fell Rush damages at least one target. Demonic Appetite is another passive. Chaos Strike has a chance to spawn a lesser soul fragment, and consuming any soul fragment grants 30 Fury. Or Blind Fury, it's another passive, increases the duration of Eye Beam by 50%. At level 100, you have Prepared, which is another passive, and a throwback to You Are Not Prepared. Reduces the cooldown of Vengeful Retreat by 10 seconds, and generates 75 Fury over 6 seconds if you damage at least one enemy with Vengeful Retreat. Demon Blades, it replaces Demon's Bite. Your auto attacks has a chance to deal additional shadow damage and generate Fury. And then Fell Eruption. It's a 20 Fury cost. It's an instant, impales the target with 100 chaos damage, and stuns them for 2 seconds. Inflicts an additional 100% damage against targets permanently immune to stuns. At level 102, we have Fell Blade. Requires a melee weapon. Charge to your target and deal X fire damage. Demon's Bite has a chance to reset the cooldown of Fell Blade. First Blood, it's a passive, reduces the Fury cost of Blade Dance by 20, and increases its damage to X against the first target struck. Demon Reborn, all your cooldowns are reset when you invoke Metamorphosis. Level 104, we have Netherwalk. Slip into the Nether, increasing movement speed by 100%, and becoming immune to damage but unable to attack. It lasts 5 seconds. Desperate Instincts, it replaces Blur. You automatically trigger Blur when you fall below 35% health. This effect can occur every 30 seconds. Soul Rending, gain 100% Leech while Metamorphosis is active. Level 106, we have Momentum. Fell Rush and Vengeful Retreat increase your damage done by 20%, 200%, yeah sure, for 4 seconds. Bloodlet is a passive. Throw Glaive causes targets to bleed for 190% of the damage inflicted over 10 seconds. If this effect is reapplied, any remaining damage will be added to the new Bloodlet. And Nemesis. It's a 50-yard range, instant cast with a 2-minute cooldown. Increases damage you inflict against a target by 15% for 1 minute. When the target is slain, you will inflict 15% additional damage against all creature types matching the original target, humanoid, dragonkin, etc., for the remaining duration. Level 108, we have Master of the Glaive. Throw Glaive now has 2 charges and snares all enemies hit by 50% for 6 seconds. Unleashed Power removes the Fury cost of Chaos Nova and reduces its cooldown by 33%. Chaos Cleave, Chaos Strike hits an additional target. And level 110, the end of it all. You have Chaos Blades, it's an instant cast but a 2-minute cooldown. Increases all damage done by 14% based on mastery for 12 seconds. While active, your auto attack deals 200% increased damage and causes chaos damage. Fel Barrage. At your command, unleash Fel, inflicting X chaos damage to your target and nearby enemies for each charge. Maximum of 5 charges. Your damaging attacks have a chance to generate a charge. And Demonic. I-Beam causes you to enter demon form for 5 seconds after it finishes dealing damage. So there you have it. That is Havoc. Let's take a look at Vengeance, if it'll let me. It doesn't look like it is, so we're going to have to play around a little bit. We'll be right back with, another Ectodari that we can play around with. So hold tight, we'll be right back. Okay, so we're finally back in. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take a moment to do all that. So there we are, and I've got everything up. So, Vengeance is the tank spec. Again, primary stat is agility. Embraces the demon within to incinerate enemies and protect their allies. So you have Shear, Demon Spikes, Immolation Aura, Soul Cleave, Fiery Brand, and Metamorphosis. So, talents. Starting at level 99, going all the way to 110, we have Abyssal Strike at 99. Infernal Strike's range is increased by 10 yards, and its cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. Blade Turning. Parrying an attack generates 5 pain. And Fracture. It's a 40 pain cost, melee range, instant, it requires your melee weapon. Brutally slam your target for X physical damage and shatter 2 lesser soul fragments from them. So the big difference between tank and DPS, because there's the only 2 specs. Tank deals with pain rather than dealing with, I can't remember, fury. They have pain to spend rather than fury. That's what I was looking for. At level 100, we have Agonizing Flames. Immolation Aura increases your movement speed by 30% and deals 100% increased damage. Quickened Sigils. All sigils activate 1 second faster, and their range is increased by 10 yards. So they do things by placing sigils on the ground. So, like, for example, just put Sigil of Flame, or Sigil of Silence, which, again, is a silence. Sigil of Change. And, it's Empower Wards. That's not a sigil. So there you have it. That's the kind of things that they do as a tank. Fel Eruption. Again, same thing that we saw. Impales the target for 100 chaos. So it's the only one that I've seen thus far that continues borrowing from the other spec. Whether or not they change that, we'll see. We have Fel Blade. Charge your target and deal X fire damage. Shear has a chance to reset the cooldown of Fel Blade. I think that's also on there, but Soul Barrier. Consuming a soul fragment while you are at full health grants a shield that absorbs X damage. It lasts 10 seconds. And Last Resort. Sustaining fatal damage instead transforms you into Metamorphosis form and returns you to 30% health. This effect may only occur every 3 minutes. So that's level 102. Level 104, we have Spirit Bomb. Launch a nearby soul fragment at your target, exploding for X shadow damage in a 6-yard radius. Damaged enemies become frail for 10 seconds, increasing your chance to shatter lesser soul fragments from them with shear. Etched in Blood. Every 20 pain that you spend reduces the remaining cooldown of your sigils by 1 second. And Soul Rending. Gain 50% leech while Metamorphosis is active. That's again another one that's carried over. At level 106, we have Burning Alive. Every 2 seconds, your fiery brand deals X fire damage and spreads from the primary target to a nearby enemy. Concentrated sigils. Not consecrated. They're demons, for God's sakes. All sigils are now targeted at your location, and the duration of their effect is increased by 2 seconds. And Feast of Souls. Soul Cleave heals you for an additional X over 6 seconds. At level 108, we have Brand of the Hunt. Brand an enemy with a demonic symbol. You can reactivate Brand of the Hunt to immediately teleport to the target. If the target dies, Brand of the Hunt's cooldown is reset. It lasts 1 minute. Sigil of Misery. Place a Sigil of Misery at the target location that activates after 2 seconds. causes all enemies affected by the sigil to cower in fear, disorienting them for 30 seconds. And then Razor Spikes. While Demon Spikes is active, your melee attacks snare targets by 50% for 6 seconds. And last but not least, at level 110, we have Fell Devastation. Costs 30 pain, it's 20-yard range, 1 minute cooldown, and it is channeled. Unleash the Fell within you, damaging enemies directly in front of you for X fire damage over 2 seconds. Causing damage also heals you up to X health. Nether Bond, 40-yard range, instant 2-minute cooldown. Bind yourself to a friendly player for 15 seconds. Every 1 second, the health of you and your target is redistributed such that you are at the same percentage of maximum health. And Feed the Demon, it's a passive. Consuming a soul fragment reduces the remaining cooldown of Demon Spikes by 1 second. So there you have it, guys. Sorry it's a little bit quiet on my end. Just a little late, as you can see. It's almost 8 o'clock. And I'm just trying to be nice to everybody in the house. That being said, we will be doing more of these. Expect more over the coming days. Until then, I am EctoMaster. I will see you next time, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like it. Otherwise, everything else is coming soon.